I have an army, a huge army. Welcome to a deck tech video. I rarely do this, but I always find it fun when I do. When it comes to this video, I will be going over my Commander deck, all for one tokens. When it comes to the video, I'll be going over the Commander, the Sub-Commander, how the deck kind of works, and then showing off the key cards to make it work that good. When it comes to this type of video, I have my own personal deck on Moxfield, so if you want to see, it'll be linked down below, but I will appreciate it if you sit and watch the video. But before I go any further when it comes to this video, a word from my sponsor, which is me and my small little Etsy shop, where I make t-shirts and hoodies in multiple sizes and colours for people to enjoy. With the designs that I've made myself that I thought would be funny or something that people would enjoy. When it comes to these, it helps about the channel, being able to get better lighting and equipment and stuff like that, and be able to help me grow a kind of better channel for you to enjoy. But if you want to help me more than that, you can also like and subscribe and watch more of my videos. But now on to the deck tech itself. So what is the plan for this deck? This plan originated with actually only one card, and then I just grew it from there. There is a card that I absolutely love. It came from Strixhaven. It's a double-faced card where it pretty much says you get to turn all your tokens into a creature. So then I thought, I would love to make a Simic deck with this, make a large army of tokens, then turn all my tokens into a really annoying creature. So that's how I came up with this deck. When it comes to this, there's many ways to win, but the main focus is making a large army and attacking. But there's also making a large army turn into something else, attacking by powering them all up. There's also mill and other stuff like that, extra turns and all this great other stuff. So it is really funny when someone goes, oh, I found a way to stop your deck, and then all of a sudden you're having extra turns on an infinite loop, and you just go, now what are you going to do? Or other ways like that. But you're probably wondering who is the commander of the deck. The commander of the deck is Koma Cosmic Serpent for 3, 2 green and 2 blue. You get a legendary creature Serpent that is a mythic. This spell can't be countered. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 3/3 blue Serpent creature token named Koma's Coil. Sacrifice another Serpent, choose one. Tap target permanent. Its activated abilities can't be activated this turn. Koma Cosmic Serpent gains indestructible till end of turn, and it is a 6/6. So my biggest problem when it comes to this commander is it takes a few turns to play. However, I do let it happen, mainly slow up my board. Kind of a late game deck, but the main reason I play this is, one, it cannot be countered. That is really good, especially when people kind of realize what it is. I've played it a few times and people have just gone, oh, I countered it, and I'm like, sorry, you cannot. The second thing is it also is able to protect itself. Yes, I do have to sacrifice one of my tokens for it, but with how many kind of tokens I'm making and stuff, it ends up usually being quite okay. Plus, if there's anything annoying, I'm allowed to tap it down and be able to kind of help my deck kind of run better. So it is a late game deck because you kind of need your commander, or the commander really helps. However, I do find this card is perfect for what I need for this deck. But now with the strategies of this deck, starting off with, these are the cards I want to play as early as possible and let them live as long as possible. Kind of not attacking or doing anything with the tokens, leaving the creatures or cards themselves to just make a large army for me as fast and efficient as possible. So when it comes to cards that make tokens in this deck, you get cards just like Garruk Primal Hunger, Avenger of Zendikar, Desolation Twin, Giant Anaphase, Rampaging Baloths, Reef Worm, Scoot Swarm, Silver Fur Partisan, Spawning Kraken, Tolerant Sky Summoner, Pterostodon, Verdant Force, Azura's Prediction, Rapid Hydrolization, Primeval Bounty, Sandworm Convergence. So these are cards I kind of want on the field as fast as possible and leaving them as long as possible to make an army of tokens. Kind of blocking when I have to, attacking kind of little by little, but the whole point is kind of going with the cards themselves, going, these are the hard focus on these, and leaving the tokens alone, kind of because people don't know unless they've seen or know about the deck, that is the main focus, to make just an army of tokens. Because I find when it comes to players, a lot of players kind of ignore the little token guys. But then you're probably wondering, what happens if people target them that make the tokens, so you're not making any more tokens? So that leaves it on the second strategy, being When it comes to these, it's more cards that I'm able to duplicate and make more of these cards for. So I can have multiple of the cards that make tokens. So that means I have double the tokens on the way, and if someone goes to, we'll say, murder one of my creatures, I'm like, cool, I have a second one. Or by the time they're able to do anything about it, I'm like, oh, I have a second one of this enchantment that makes tokens too. But this also helps kind of put the focus on the things making the tokens and not the tokens themselves, and that's where I want the focus to be on. So I'm playing these going, oh yeah, I'm making more of these things, destroy these are the threats, but then slowly accumulating a huge army of really weak tokens. But if you're wondering what cards are you playing to be able to make tokens of these cards, I'm playing cards just like Phyrexian Metamorph, Stunt Double, Quasi Duplicate, Replication Technique, Rite of Replication, Spitting Image, Stolen Identity, Double Major, Mystic Reflection, Replicate, Theoretical Duplication, and Helm of the Host. Some of these I've seen people go, that needs to be gone straight on site, especially Helm of the Host. There is cards in here that help these cards as well, but I mainly focus on the cards that go, cool, I want a second, third, fourth, fifth, or whatever of this card. But sometimes in very hard situations, I've had to port them on tokens, but again, that is absolutely fine. But now we are on to the main point of the deck, and that is, hopefully by now you have a large army of tokens that are different things like insects and other stuff like that. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I turn all of these into a creature? There is 2 cards that I have been able to find that are both in this deck that help that. These are the 2 cards you kind of search for with tutors and stuff, or hopefully draw as soon as possible. This is the main key point of the deck. If you don't know what those 2 cards are, they are Echoing Education, Sakashima's Will. Now I know it's only 2 cards, but oh, it's so good when you go, cool, I'm going to turn all my tokens into one of these cards. Now you're probably wondering what those cards are. We will get that on the next step. But this is the main part of the deck. This is the thing you want your tokens to be. If you have a large army over them, it is great. Especially there's some cards that have won with really strange ways. This is the main focus. These are the main 2 things that have created this entire deck. So what is the main card you pick when it comes to turning all these tokens into a certain creature? I call these When it comes to this, there is 3 cards that I usually aim to go for that I find funny to win in this type of way. Those cards being Agent of Treachery, Fleet Swallower, and Goltul Primal Hunger. So that's the one thing I love about this. I rather steal everyone's stuff and then win from there, or I mill people out, which again, I've done the maths, you need 8 for each opponent. And then Goltul Primal Hunger is pretty much funny, turning all your little 1/1s and 2/2s and 3/3s into 12/12 dinosaurs. Now this only works with one of them because I'm pretty sure one of them only turns them into non-legendary creatures, but you can also do like with the Commander or any other card, you can pick another token doubler and stuff like that. But then finally we are on to these are cards in my opinion that are really good in this deck that work well, that were not in any of the strategies. These are just cards that I find help rather boost the deck or do cool things with it. And I didn't really have a place for them, so I just named it Other. When it comes to these cards, they are Oko Thief of Crowns, Adrexin Nev Twincaster, Arix Methers, Slumbering Isle, Crater Hoof Behemoth, and Razor Forerunners, Voral of the Whole Clade, Full Flowering, Worldly Tutor, Magjester's Scepter. These pretty much is when I do have a large army, we'll say of Golters, I'm then able to have enough mana hopefully to be able to slam down one of the 2 cards that power them up, or I'm able to play extra turns with 2 of the cards and stuff like that. So these are just cards that help out the deck. The Worldly Tutor is mainly because one of the cards that actually does turn all your tokens into one of the creatures on the other side is a creature card, and that's the face card. So you're able to Worldly Tutor it to get it into your hand and then play the back cost, which I really do love. When it comes to my thoughts and opinions on this entire deck as a whole, I do like it, I do think it's powerful, it is fun for me to play and it is fun for other people to play because I've seen people enjoy the deck. However, it is extremely slow. It is not a fast-paced CGH deck, it is kind of you do nothing for the first 4 to 6 turns and then hopefully by then able to have a big enough army that no one can do anything about it. That's kind of the way I play. I like to play slowly and kind of build up and then have like a big kind of reveal at the end. Like I do have this with an extra turn deck, a Zafi deck, kind of Quain does the same. but that's just how I personally play. First few turns I'm doing nothing, I have 40 life, I'm taking a bit of damage, hopefully not getting wiped out, and then going cool, all of these insects are now Golters. Have fun. So that's just how I enjoy the deck. This is more of a fun kind of passion product than I want to be powerful and the threat on the table. But if you've made a combo deck or a cool Simic deck, let me know in the comments down below. If there's any cards I should put in, let me know in the comments down below what you think of this deck and stuff like that, or if you want to see it on Moxfield for its full thing, it'll be linked down below. While you're there, remember to like and subscribe and do all that YouTubey stuff we always ask for. But as always, if you like this video, I have last week's video here, a playlist of all the Magic the Gathering videos I make here, and a subscribe button here, and I will see you all in the next video.